So on Monday, City Council leaned toward turning over the Cleveland Heights water system to the Cleveland Division of Water. Projections show that it would mean lower rates for residents. An alternative plan involving keeping the water system with help from a private firm would supposedly raise millions of dollars in future years for water system upgrades and repairs. What should the city do with its water system? And I'll start by asking Julie.
So I was out walking the dog and someone pulled up next to me and handed me these spreadsheets about the water. Oh, it's hard to read spreadsheets when you're walking. But so I read both, and I fully support the transition to the Cleveland water because first off, we right away see a decrease in our rates. And since moving to Cleveland Heights 12 years ago, my water bill has gone from $20 a month to over $100 a month. So for it to go down is a very good thing. We need the rates to go down. And then in the future, it goes down even further. My only question about it is we have to pay a transitional fee of $200 a year per person, which I think is a little high. The problem that I have with the other proposal is we're giving millions and millions and millions of dollars to this company, and the rates just go up and up and up. Every year, the rates just go up. They just go up continually. They never end. And at the bottom, we have money, but we give millions of dollars to this other company too. So I am definitely for Cleveland taking over the water.
Okay. T?
Sure. So I think that there is value in both of the options. For the ESG option, really the three things that would have been valuable for us would be us maintaining control of the utility, which really gives us an opportunity to, when doing improvements within the utility, not just looking at replacing pipes, but looking holistically for the city. What else does the city need? What else can we do while we have the streets ripped up? And additionally, going with the ESG route, holding on to the utility, we would still have the opportunity to, down the line, maintain that revenue stream into the city. So that was the value there. However, going with Cleveland Water, I think, is just as fine of an option. Right now, we'll be able to spread the burden, so it's not just us holding on to our utility, but it's going across all the dozens of other municipalities that Cleveland Water manages. They will focus on sustainability more than anything else because they don't want to lose money, so I will appreciate that. And honestly, at the end of the day, ultimately, I'm just glad that City Council made a decision. This is a crisis that existed that shouldn't have had to exist, that's been building up for 30 years, but now a decision has been made, and I'm glad that, I look forward to it being corrected and us having a sustainable utility into the future.
Okay, thanks. Carol?
I support the decision of the council. I think that it's really crucial to our citizens to have consistency of service and keeping the rates affordable, and the proposal that council adopted seems to do that. I have concerns about private firms in terms of accountability to the citizens, so I support the proposal.
Okay, Khalil?
Well, when I joined the ongoing conversation about our water system in February, I had some concerns about the city of Cleveland because we hadn't received a proposal from them, and it had been quite a while. To the point where I thought maybe we should abandon that path and go with the people who were working with us. Cleveland ultimately did provide a proposal with preliminary numbers, and based on that proposal, I wasn't impressed. Through conversation with my colleagues and with the city manager, we impressed upon Cleveland to do a revision, and based upon the revised numbers, I was a lot more impressed with what they brought to the table. So at this point, I feel pretty confident about the City of Cleveland Water Department, and I'm interested in seeing where we go from here. I will say that I still have some concerns about environmental issues and the potential for Cleveland Heights not being the priority when it comes to repairs and infrastructure improvements. But I think based on what they've provided us, and based on frankly, I feel that Cleveland Heights has other things to focus its attention on in terms of growth and investment than maintaining a water system if we don't have to. So I'm looking forward to the Cleveland water solution.
Okay. Cable?
Thank you, Bob. I have a concern for water issue, but the leadership works now because we need leadership to take care of this for last 30, 25 years. But now they decide to. But my concern number one is with Cleveland water. I want to that, but I want we maintain our workers because if ladies, old ladies in our neighborhood have some break in neighborhood and they call Cleveland, it takes 6, 7 weeks or 1 month they didn't come. I'm concerned about that if they talked about detail on these issues because that's another problem. We know Cleveland has that problem. But so far, so good, they decided to take care of that. I'm against the privatization of public water. No way for that, but thanks for city council coming along. But some detail has to be public because I'm not in the city council. I don't know what is the working down there. Maybe it's good now, but what's gonna happen when there is breakdown? We call them, they say we can come until 6 weeks. What do we do with that? How we will handle that? I think we keep our workers working on that so they can transfer water, but anything else should be maintained by the city of Cleveland.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Mary?
Yes. The negotiations with Cleveland are not quite finished yet. We still have some details to work out with them. It took a very long time to really review our options, and my greatest concern initially was that I would like to fix the system. I feel a sense of stewardship to our community. We have a wonderful community, historic homes. It's just a great place in so many ways, and I would have liked to find a way to solve the problems. My concerns about Cleveland are that they do not have a good record of maintaining the system. They go out and make repairs. In any case, we're going to be getting Cleveland water if we, no matter which course we do, and they provide good water. But they have compelling cost advantages that nobody can match because they just bring the water out of the lake and treat it and send it out, and anything else we do would be a cost on top of that. So in terms of cost, it's our best option. We'll be joining with Shaker Heights and Beechwood and a lot of other communities, 50-something suburban communities in switching to Cleveland water. There are very few master meter communities. And my concerns about Cleveland is that their leak rate is 38%, which is not the EPA standard, which is more like 16%. And I'm hoping we can somehow pressure them to work on that because it is an issue.
Okay, thank you. Yes?
I would like to, the people who's in the council, do you really talk about the reparation of the stuff? We still have the reading meters to change all this. We will pay that, or the Cleveland will take over all these issues?
Well, I'm not sure I understand.
For example, we need to have to to modernize our water system in the housing system. Yeah. So do you talk to them about that? Because that could include on the price too.
That's part of the ongoing negotiation. Cleveland is in the process of doing some upgrades, particularly in how they read meters and getting an automated system. There's a lot of new equipment that communities can use, and I hope that they will be including a more proactive approach to leaks as part of it, and that we can, as a suburban communities, manage to encourage Cleveland Water to improve their operation.
Very good.
Would anybody else like to follow up on that question before we move on? No? Okay.